Let me ask you a question. Have you ever lost all of your gear while playing Minecraft? I'll be honest, I might have done it a few times. And have you ever thought, I wish I had a full set of backup gear at hand all the time? I've definitely done that as well. And wouldn't it be great if you had lots of places in the world where you could just go, get everything you need, even a full set of tools and armour? Well, that's the plan for today. And we did take the first steps towards this process last time by getting this trading hall built. So I'll just show you a couple of other things I've been doing between episodes and stuff I did last time that I didn't actually show in the video. First thing, I brought across all my stonemasons, and these are the ones that I had in the nether and I originally used for trading all the stone that I dug out from the perimeter. And yeah, I've been going through here selling some granite and andesite and diorite, just stuff that I don't need. Not the stone, because I needed some of that. But I've also been going down and buying a load of quartz and quartz pillars as well, because you can never have enough of this stuff, and it's definitely easier getting it this way than mining it itself. I also added in the other weaponsmith and armourer, so we've got 6 iron trades in there now, so I've been making a ton of emeralds out of this. I've also been stocking up on all the books as well, and taking everything over to the gold farm, where I can do a bit of enchanting and combining the books and getting some awesome backup gear. And the 2 villages I already had in the nether was farmers, so I brought these across. Not that I intend to do much trading with them, but I can at least switch to using golden carrots for food now. Definitely better than the pork I've been eating. And another thing I've been working on is just out here. All of this was a bit rough at the end of the last episode, and yeah, I've got it all done. It's looking a lot neater, and it fits in with what we've got both in the training hall, and it also kind of ties into the hobby hole that we've got at the top. So yeah, I've gone a lot with the orange terracotta, stripped dark oak, smooth sandstone, and the beige, just like we've got everywhere else, and I think it works really well. This bit could probably do with a bit more attention, but you know, for now I don't think I really need to do it because I've got all the villages I'll ever need. So up here, pretty much same thing. I did add this little room at the side just to get a few weakness potions, because I went through an absolute ton of these getting all those villages cured, and yeah, still got a ton in there, so I can probably get rid of that area for now. And then at the top as well, I also finished this off because this was open to the sky, and I've finished this tunnel off, got this going all the way down here. I have left this bit here because, as we went through last time, we're basing this on bag end, and there is a bit in the middle called the atrium that's between the dining room, didn't mean to do that, and the pantry, which we're going to have at this side. So I'm not entirely sure at what point along this tunnel where this is going to go, so it's a little bit rough for now, but at least this bit at this end is fully covered up, and we don't have to worry about things getting inside and eating our faces. And back at the top of the nether, just below the bedrock, I can confirm that all the villagers have been removed from here, and they are now all in the trading hall. So all the masons are down here. I think I had another cleric over here, and I've taken that up to the gold farm as well, so we now have 4 up there. We can trade the glass bottles and the rotten flesh up there. So let's just have a look up here, because I've been doing a lot of work down here between episodes. So I'll show you this. I have been trying to trade a lot of this rotten flesh that we get out of the gold farm, and I've been using this a lot, so it's been piling up. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of it, and I just can't get rid of it fast enough. That's why I brought the 4th one up. I did also bring a couple of shulkers of glass bottles as well, and I've sold one of them, still got another one there. So yeah, I do have a ton of these from the Quad Witch Hut farm, so I need to get rid of some of them, and rather than just throwing them away, might as well make some emeralds out of them. So I'll be doing a bit of that. And then up in this enchanting area, this is where the real work has been happening, so let's get rid of these so they're not making too much noise. So I've been getting some spare gear together, as that is what we're going to need for today. So I do have a bit of gear in here and in there as well, but the main ones I've got is in this one. So everything in here is spare to what I'm using. So I've got the exact same enchants on these as I've got on the gear that I'm using. So I've got swords, bows, fortune picks, silk touch picks, shovels, and these are a mix of silk touch and not. No fortune though, because we don't want fortune shovel. A few axes, probably could do with a few more of them. And I think, yeah, that's just another one of the same sword, but I also have a smite sword as well. I'll use that for killing these normally. And then down here, we also have the armour. So I'm a big fan of the turtle shell. I've been using these quite a lot, so I've got a few more of those. I've also got 9 diamond helmets as well, because I should probably switch to using these when I'm not anywhere near water. A few chest plates, mainly just with protection, but I've got a couple here. One with fire protection and one with blast protection. These are all protection leggings, and then the same boots that I'm wearing now as well. So this is absolutely great. I've been going through, obviously, a lot of levels to get this done, but all the books that we've got from the trading hall has made this possible, so I'm very glad that I got that done. But today, we need to find somewhere to put these. But there is one more step. There's something else I want to do. So if you have a look in here, these are the armor trims that I've got so far. I'm between episodes, I've been doing a bit of exploring, trying to find these. And the first one I wanted was the one from the Ocean Monument, and that's the Tide trim. And this did take 3 attempts, and by that I don't mean 3 Elder Guardians, I mean 3 Ocean Monuments. So I went to 3 of them. I killed all 3 Elder Guardians and nothing. Same again in the second monument, and then in the third one, I got the drop from the last Elder Guardian, so I had to kill 9 of them to get this thing. But we've got it, that's the main thing. Then the sentry trim, we get that from the pillager outpost. And I don't know if it's a rule of 3 today, but I got that on the 3rd outpost I visited. And then I got a bit luckier. The wild one we get from the jungle temple, and I actually got this from the first temple I visited, so very lucky there. And the luck continued with the eye trim, and that is the one that we get from the stronghold. So I found a new stronghold, and again, it was the first one I went in. So those are the trims we got so far, very happy about that. And I do have a list of all the ones that I haven't got yet, so it is quite extensive. And the obvious one that I really want to get is the netherite smithing template upgrade, whatever it's called. So yeah, we need to go into a bastion to get that one. Now, there is a bastion just next to my nether hub that I haven't been in at all. So I'm assuming the chests that are in there, because I haven't opened them, the loot hasn't generated yet. So I may be able to go into that one, not have to go too far. So to do that, I'm going to use some good gear. I'll take this as well. I'll take a chest plate, you never know. I'll leave the elytra on for now. I'll put this on. And I'm going to put... Do I have this? Let's put that there. I'm going to put this in here as some spare gear. And I'll probably put this in a museum somewhere like I have done with my netherite stuff. But I think I'm going to now switch to using diamond at least anyway. But in the next few minutes, I might be able to switch to netherite as well. I do think I've got some ancient debris somewhere. I've got a bit in there, but I've got some back in the city as well. So we'll keep that on us. Yeah. No time like the present. Let's do it. Right, so we'll just dig through the side of my nether hub and we can get straight across into this bastion. I'm just going to kill these piglins hanging around here, but I can't see any more. And you might be thinking I should have worn gold armor to stop the piglins attacking, but as soon as I open the chest, they'd come for me anyway, so I might as well have better protection. So I've bridged across, made sure that there's no one around, and opening the first chest, we have the easiest smithing template ever. Nice. Right, so let's work on getting this stuff upgraded now, so I can craft some more of these templates using diamonds. We'll do that first so I can put some away safe and not worry about using the last one. Just need netherrack, the upgrade template, and diamonds. The recipe uses 1, but you get 2 back. And I could just repeat that. Definitely get through the diamonds doing this, but it's good that diamonds have a use again, especially when I buy all my gear using just emeralds from villagers. Right, so 20, that should do for now. And I've crafted 5 netherite ingots, which is all I have at the minute. And quickly craft a smithing table, because I don't seem to have one anywhere. And for upgrades, right, so first up, gotta be a pick, hasn't it? Then I suppose we should do the sword. And then we can do the boots and the helmet, leaving 1, so, tell you what, let's do the leggings, might as well have a full set of armour. Keep the elytra on for now. Okay, that's better, but we're not done yet. Let's grab the sentry trim. We'll duplicate that so I have 3 plus another spare. Then we can add that to all of my armour, and we'll use diamonds as the material. Nice. And the diamond, I think, also fits well with my skin. Like it. Right, so just as an extra little project, I thought I'd go do a bit of ancient debris mining. And I'm doing this under the nether perimeter, so this will be easier once I eventually get around to clearing it all. Started off in a basalt delta, and this wasn't smart, because even with TNT, it's not the easiest thing to get through. And there's more lava here than there is in just netherrack. Got a little bit though, but then I moved on to areas that just had netherrack. I'm concentrating here as well on clearing out the lava, because when I eventually do this nether perimeter, there's going to be tons of lava to clear out, so every little bit I can get rid of will definitely help. And I've ended up there with 14 ancient debris, so I've cooked that up into the scraps. I can do 3 more ingots with that, but I won't do any more upgrades for now, but I've got it there just in case I need to. Right, so we are at the point now in the video where I should be getting on with main build. The problem is I haven't designed it yet, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm fairly certain on the build palette, and the reason I know that is I want these structures that I'm building to tie into what I'm going to build in the city. Problem is, I haven't built that yet, and we have pillagers over there. Anyway, let's not get distracted. I'm going to build a big castle in the city, and there's going to be a lot of structures around with a similar look and feel, and the main thing we're going for is dark prismarine, stone brick, and then spruce and dark oak. So that's the main build palette, and I want these outposts that I'm building with all the spare gear in to have a similar kind of look. So I suppose the thing I built today is going to be quite important. It's going to define the look that we're eventually going to have in the city. So I need to get this right. But as I don't have the design of the build done yet, I thought picking the location might actually help, because it might inspire me where I'm building. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to come up with something. But anyway, let's have a look at the map. The idea behind these outposts, firstly in game, as we've already said, this is going to contain all the gear that I may or may not need if I die. But as far as the lore of these structures, it's going to be an outpost from the city where soldiers could be stationed. I suppose the other decision we need to make is the society that lives in the city, are they going to be like a benevolent protector of this area, or are they going to be tyrants collecting taxes? But let's not get too bogged down in that for now. Let's try and figure out where we're going to go. So over here is more like a rural area. We've got the village, crazy perimeter, and then we've got the Hobbit Hills area just down here. We then have like a mining area. So this is where it starts to get a bit more built up. So this sandy area over here, this is going to be more like a stone road, and there's not going to be a lot of grass around here. And the main reason for that is because it's a desert, it's that horrible brown grass. And then this being a mountain biome, we've got like the bluegrass, we've got a savanna just here. And then it doesn't go green again until we get into the jungle. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge trying to do some landscaping around here, make sure it all ties together and not have the biomes clash too much. But what I'm thinking is for the first outpost, as we're going to have a bridge around here somewhere that goes into this mining town, I don't want to interfere with that too much, but I also want this thing to be fairly high up. I am leaning more towards it being like a defensive structure now. So maybe on top of this, but I just don't like that grass up there, so I don't know, I really don't know what to do. We're going to have a river going down here, and then this road, maybe if it's in between, or on the edge of there, would that work? That's not going to interfere with the town too much, is it? But then maybe we'd need another bridge. I don't have a problem with building another bridge, that'd be cool as well. But then I don't want it to look like it's part of this town, it has to be completely separate. I think I'm going to do it down here. So we've got the river here, this comes across. And then we've got the road that's going straight up there. And I don't know if I'm going to have another road. You know what? I think this is the spot. Do we have any blocks? So let's just put marker here. This is where the building's going. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but that's where it's going. Right. Do you know what I think I'm going to have to do? I'm going to dig out a little bit of this river and do this road as well. And maybe get rid of this sand and do a bit of terraforming. That's probably going to take hours, isn't it? So I think it's time for a time lapse. Okay, so tons of progress done there. I've spent a few hours doing this, and this is definitely looking much better, and I can see where this thing's going to go now. It's going to go right there, and it was definitely worthwhile getting all this terraforming done first, and I'm so happy with how it's turned out. So we've got the new river. I've dug this land back a bit, and I still need to do a bit under there, and terraform like underwater, as we've done down here, and I just think this looks really cool swimming down here. Probably put a few sea pickles in as well, just light it up a little bit. Maybe put some coral down here as well for a splash of colour. But for now, I think it's alright. The only problems we have really is on the edges. As I was saying, with the grass colours being really different everywhere, it's hard to tie it all together. And that's why I've gone for the core stairs. It's like a barren wasteland kind of look. I'm going to go with a few rocks as well, like these small patches of stone and cobblestone. I'm going to put these around here somewhere, maybe a few leaves around them. And I tend to go for the azalea and the birch because they're the same colour in whatever biome you put them in, so you can tie things together doing that. And then after we got this bit done, I also went along here and took out all of the rough looking blocks like the granite and the diorite, and then just trying to smooth this out a bit so it's not too bumpy. This one I've left because we've got a path marked out here, and this is going to be a bridge that goes into the mining town that's over there. And then the last bit I did was this kind of a mountain that we've got up here. So this is a savanna at the minute, as you can see at this side, and then we've got the mountain biome there. So tying those two together, just having the grass merge into each other, didn't want to do that. So up here, I'm going to have this go along quite a lot, probably remove most of this river or build over it anyway, so we have like a stone and core stair roof to it. And I think that will work. We're just basically going to try and destroy this savanna biome. Don't want to see any of this brown grass anywhere really. But then at the other side of the road here, we've also got this sand as well, so I need to cover all this with course there as well. I do have a ton more on me, so I might get that done in a minute. But I've basically just been going back over here because after I'd got all this done, I'd used quite a lot of dirt as well as coarse dirt, and the grass has already spread onto it, so I'm trying to get rid of this as well. But I think now I've done enough of this. I know where I'm going with this building, and I've actually got a design. So let's go on with it. Let's build this outpost. And a fairly short amount of time later, this is what we have. I love it. I really like this thing. This is definitely what I wanted. So I decided not to go for a military style structure. I didn't want this to look too like foreboding and scary. It's more just like a guard tower, watchtower kind of thing, but then with this fancy building on the side that's definitely there for protection of the people around here. So if we just come inside and have a little bit of a look, everything really is on the ground floor, but I do have plans for the other floors. So a little bit of an interior. Got the upside down stairs between the beams, which I think this adds a really cool little bit of detail. And the idea is I can come here just in case I've lost anything or if I just need to stock up on something. So I've got a bit of food in there. Then around here I've got the good stuff. So I've got spares of everything that I'm using and then all the armour as well. We also have a few buckets, make a cobblestone generator, you never know, that might come in handy. And then a load of ender pearls, which I don't really use, but you know what, I'll take some because you never know. And then we also have arrows, because we have a bow in there anyway, so I've got some arrows for that. And then, yeah, this is the good stuff. This is probably what I will come for, so if I do die, I'll probably need to fly back and get my stuff, so I can come here, get a elytra and some rockets, and I can be on my way. Now we also do have a few building materials over here. This is mainly for the road, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. And I've also just got a load of stuff, because there's so much storage. I thought I might as well put some like redstone bits in here as well. I can just have some random stuff that just, rather than go back to my main storage all the time, I can have a few places like this where I can come and get a few bits if I need it. And there's a wandering trader outside that they're going to need to be dealt with very soon. Then up on the next floor we have a bed, and I'm going to turn this into a bit of a fancier bedroom. Maybe have a few beds in here, make it look like it's a place where people can come and like stay for safety. And then up on the next floor we've got like an attic area, so maybe put a little bit more storage in here, stuff that we don't need to use as much. Then the next floor we have a balcony. It gives a view out into the river, but you know, we'll get there. And then down the road as well. And then finally up on the top floor we have a little room here, and then it goes up into the top of the tower where we have a great view of everything, all the stuff that we haven't finished yet on that side, horrible desert on that side which needs covering up, and a river that's not finished on that side. So yeah, this was a great idea, wasn't it? I will get all that stuff done, honest. So yeah, very happy with how this has gone. And then after I got this built, I decided to do a little bit more work out here. So I've added a load more course there down here. I'm going to cover up the rest of this desert, but I don't know how far I need to go out with the ground, because I think I'm going to have a mountain or at least a cliff face on this side with some of the nicer grass that we've got over there on top of that. So I'm not going to go too far with that for now, because that's part of a longer term plan, so we'll leave that as it is. And then we got on with the road. So this is just building up similar design to what I've got over there, but a lot less dirt in it and a lot more stone. And that's what I'm going to do, try and transition between this kind of design and what we've got over there at the Hobbit Hills. And it'll probably get a bit fancier as we go that way and get close to the city. And then I've built it along this way as well, so this is going to go into the mining town that we're eventually going to have over here. And I've just built up a little bit of a face here so we can build a bridge off that eventually. So yeah, this has gone well. And then the leaves are on the side just to make it a little bit fancier, a little bit less brown and dirty and barren. So a little bit of life. And I think with this little shape I've got here, this would probably look good if I had a pond in here. So we will get to that, but you know, I've had enough of digging rivers and placing water, so we'll do that another time. So yeah, the build, that's the main thing. That has gone well, and it's a nice resupply depot. And I know I can use my ender chest for this, and I do that. I do have loads of this stuff on my ender chest, but the way this game's going, there's more stuff gets added all the time. There's just not enough space in an ender chest, even with the shulker boxes. So I thought having something like this would definitely be good. And then I don't have to keep on top of keeping my ender chest up to date, do I? So I can just come here and yeah, just grab whatever I want. So next time, the plan is I want to continue this road and this river and get as far as I can towards the city. Now, it is a massively time-consuming process doing both those things, particularly the river, because there's all the digging, the terraforming, and then placing the water. So yeah, it's a big job, and we've got about another 1,000 blocks to go that way, I think. Is that right? Yeah, about 1,000 blocks to go, maybe slightly less than that. So yeah, it's going to be tough, and there's loads of different biomes, lots of trees to chop down. So yeah, a lot to do. And we are going to build some more of these outposts throughout the world. Once we get the road done, we can get some more of these on. But first things first, we'll get on with that next time. And I think that's a good place to leave it. Enjoyed doing this slightly smaller projects, not working on a crazy perimeter or all the other silly ideas I have. So if you enjoyed this one, please do leave a like. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.